Welcome everybody to a brand new video. You read the title, I'm not gonna beat around the bush or anything. Yeah, I got coronavirus. I got coronavirus because, of course, I got coronavirus. Of course. I'm so lucky. So sorry if I don't look great or I don't sound great in this video. Obviously, I'm tired. I'm not feeling the best. Although I don't want you guys to worry, I'm not going to die. I'm actually not feeling completely horrible. I've probably been sick for the past, I'd say 4 or 5 days. And honestly, it just kind of feels like the flu. It kind of just feels like I have the common cold. I mean, it's not great. I would prefer to be healthy, but I am not nearly as bad as some other people that I've seen on the news and stuff. There are people out there who lose their sense of taste, their sense of smell, they find it hard to breathe, and luckily, I have not experienced any of those things, although I don't want to jinx it because I really hope that it doesn't get any worse. But I think it's getting better because with each day that passes, ever since I first got symptoms, it's just been getting better and better and better. The symptoms that I started off with were a sore throat, a little bit of a cough, a stuffy nose, and a headache. And I've pretty much had those symptoms up until this point, except for the fact that my throat is not sore anymore, but I do cough every once in a while still. I still have a headache, which is probably the worst part because it's just this constant headache that never goes away. I've been finding it very, very difficult to sleep over the past few nights because of the headache. It's not nice. However, I'm not dying. I'm still actually able to do pretty much everything that I do throughout my day. I'm still able to get up out of bed and, make this video and focus on my own personal work. So yeah, it's not completely awful. I mean, yeah, I feel sick, but I don't feel like I'm going to die or anything like that. It's completely manageable. I feel quite lucky when it comes to that because honestly, it could have been a lot worse. I'm really, really lucky that I didn't develop like pneumonia or something like that, or even worse if I developed a fever, which I have not developed. I didn't actually get a fever or anything like that. My temperature didn't rise or anything. It seems like my immune system and just my body in general is dealing pretty well against this whole coronavirus thing. Again, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx that or anything because it is very possible that I could have a second wave of symptoms because it is reported that a small number of cases, people feel sick at first and then they get a little better and then they feel sick again. They feel even worse the second time. So hopefully that doesn't happen to me. Hopefully within the next few days, I'm completely up and ready to go again. I will say though, it's not really affecting my day-to-day life all that much. I mean, I wasn't going outside anyway to begin with. I'm not currently working. In fact, I've just been working at home just on my personal work. I've actually been looking into getting into the software engineering field for, I'd say, the past week and a half. Basically, to become a programmer, someone who writes code for a living. I've been focused on that recently, which of course I think this goes without saying. It's why I haven't been uploading videos as much because, as I said, YouTube is just a hobby for me. It's not something that I prioritize every single day. I definitely want to put a lot more effort into my career at this point because I am 20 years old, and while yes, I am still young, I'm sure that those years will just fly by super quickly. I'm sure that my 20s is just going to disappear like that, so I want to make sure that I do the right thing. I don't put off my career for too long because yes, while I enjoy YouTube and all this stuff, at some point I do want to get married, have a family, be able to provide for that family. So essentially, because I'm not working as a barista at the moment because of the whole lockdown and restrictions and all that stuff, I decided to go to Google and just type in most in-demand skills right now. And at the top of that list was coding. Programmers. And I looked into how much money programmers can make and whether or not you need to go to college for that, which you don't. You can actually be completely self-taught in that field and get a very, very high paying job. It's one of the few very high paying professions out there that you don't need a college degree for. You can just teach yourself. Although it is easier if you have some sort of guide, whether that would be a mentor or maybe a coding boot camp, or even if you go to college. But I personally feel like I can do it by myself with enough effort, and I'm hoping that maybe in the next 6 months, less than a year, I can land my first entry-level position as a front-end web developer. When I saw how much money web developers can make, I was completely sold. And plus, it's a field that I think I would really, really enjoy because I've worked with technology my entire life. So I would really like to go into a field that requires me to work with technology. When I saw that in Dublin currently, an entry-level position can get you 40 grand a year, that's more than twice the amount I would make as a barista. I was just like, this is absolutely what I'm going to do. I mean, what the fuck else am I going to do with my time right now? So I was completely sold on the idea and I started learning. I'm still learning currently at the moment, and hopefully within a few months I will feel ready enough to, start making projects and start applying for jobs. I'm pretty sure that will go well for me. It's not easy, but nothing that is worth achieving is easy. Anyway, back to the whole coronavirus thing. You guys might be wondering, how the hell did you even catch the coronavirus? Well, I got it because my mom ended up catching it, and then because I live with my mom, I naturally caught it off her. She got tested and she came back as positive, and I haven't been tested. I'm actually going to be tested tomorrow, but she was sick. I'm sick. I don't need to take a test. I'm going to take a test, but I don't need to know that I'm 100% positive. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I'm not just sick for no reason. As I said, though, it's not that bad. The worst thing about it is just my lack of energy. I can clearly tell that my body is trying its absolute best to fight this virus, and I just feel tired. I feel sluggish. I don't feel like doing anything. Luckily, sitting here in my chair and writing code is not very intensive, so I'm still able to do that, which is a good way to pass the time until I feel better. I remember when I got this virus, I started to think to myself, why me? How did I get so unlucky to land this virus? Because I really thought that I was going to go through this whole thing and I was going to be fine. But then I thought more to myself and I realized that I'm still a human at the end of the day. I'm no more special than anyone else. The virus isn't going to treat me differently just because I'm sitting here wondering what are the chances that I get it. At the end of the day, I'm like everyone else. I'm just as susceptible to this virus as everyone else is. And I just so happen to get unlucky, and that's the end of it. But at the same time, I'm lucky because even though I got the virus, I'm dealing with it pretty well, actually. I am isolating as much as I possibly can as well. I'm making sure that I'm not going to spread this to anyone else. The only time I leave the house with, of course, a mask on to protect other people is if I need to get food, because I'm not just going to sit here and starve. Luckily, I've only had to do that very, very few times, but every time I go outside and go to buy something to eat, I am very aware of the people around me because I don't want to spread it to someone else. But yeah, it is what it is. Another thing that really, really sucks about this whole coronavirus thing, the fact that I was diagnosed with it, is the fact that I can't see Ayeshi. That actually probably is the biggest thing that really sucks, because I'm just kind of stuck inside, just doing my own thing, and it's like, I'd like to see her. I'm getting cheesy in this video, I'm gonna stop. But anyway, I was on the phone with my doctor and they gave me a specific date that I can start going out to see people if I wish to do so, and that is the 1st of December. That is enough time in quarantine to where I should fully recover by then. I should have no more symptoms and I should be free of the virus, and I should be able to see other people without any issues. In the meantime, I'm just gonna try and pass the time as much as possible. I live in Ireland, so the PS5 actually drops in 2 days, which I am really excited for. I hope I can get my hands on not just one, but I'm actually going to be buying 2 consoles, one for me, one for Ayeshi. Hopefully I can grab that on Amazon, or I can get it directly from Sony or some other website. Ireland is a much smaller country in comparison to other countries in the world, so hopefully the demand isn't going to be high enough to where I won't be able to grab a console. If I amn't able to grab it on launch day, I'm sure I'm going to be able to grab it the following days afterwards, or at least a week or 2 afterwards, but I would like to get it at launch day so that I can pass the time as quick as possible. I'm telling you, man, I am so excited to get my hands on the PS5 because the jump from PS3 to PS4 really wasn't that big. I mean, the PS4, it's an okay console. I mean, I transitioned into a lot of PC gaming because the PS4 and just the previous gen consoles in general were just extremely underpowered. But the PS5, everything I've seen so far and everything that I've heard so far from people who have gotten their hands on the console, it's the real deal. This is a next-gen console in every sense of the word, and I am so excited to pick it up. But yeah, anyway, I have coronavirus. I'm not doing too bad though, so don't worry. And hopefully I make a smooth, quick recovery. I just felt like I wanted to come out here and let you guys know about this. And to anybody out there who is quarantining, who doesn't have the coronavirus, or even if you do have the coronavirus, I hope you stay safe. Please do whatever you have to do to keep yourself safe and keep other people safe. We will get through this together. A vaccine is just around the corner from Pfizer. Hopefully midway through 2021, we will have a vaccine and this will just be in the past. Take care of yourself, not just physically, but also mentally, because I understand that during these times, it can be very, very difficult for people, especially when you're just sitting at home. If you live by yourself and you're just sitting at home all the time, not communicating with anyone, I understand that can be very difficult. So try your best to reach out to someone. Make sure you isolate yourself physically, but don't isolate yourself emotionally and mentally from other people, because that's just not how we're built. We're not supposed to be completely alone all the time. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. Bottom line, just take care of yourself. I am going to wrap this video up here. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you smack the like button. If you want to stay up to date with my content, please be sure to subscribe. I'll have my last video in the corner. If you haven't checked that out already, definitely make sure to check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.